Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If my voice is echoing, that's because this room is empty. Yes, we can already tell this video from the title or from the thumbnail. If you're new, hello, my name is Plangdes and this is my YouTube channel. Please do well to subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notification, give this video a thumbs up, and all that good stuff. God bless you. If you're returning, much love. Thank you so much for checking in on me again. So yeah, moving straight into the video. Today is literally my last day in this place. This is probably the last time you will be seeing this background. Yes, my internship is over. If you do not know, I'm a scientist, a medical laboratory scientist, and after our 5-year schooling period or university period, you are supposed to do a mandatory 1-year internship program where you learn in a hospital so that you'll be more acquainted with the bench work or with the practice. And so that is what I just finished doing, and today is 31st of May, Tuesday 2022. Actually, my internship finished way earlier. My last official day at work was 11th of May, but I was still around for this long basically because I had not done my assessment. Assessment was basically answering questions in front of like a panel of directors so that they'll be sure you were able to learn in the period of your 1 year. You would just basically summarizing what you've been able to learn in 1 year. So yeah, that was that. I think I did that around 17th of May or so. And so I've been around waiting for my logbook. Hopefully I get it today or tomorrow, but I'm leaving Abeokuta today. It has been a pleasure. It has been 1 year of intense learning. It has been 1 year of grace. It has been 1 year of testimonies. It has been 1 year of a different type of experience. Honestly, that's what I'm going to say. But it has also been 1 year of enjoying the benefit of God, the kindness of God, and the mercies of God. So for that, Baba, I say Plangdes, thank you so much. Thank you for coming on this ride with me. So let's start from the top. Getting the internship in Nigeria is not easy, to be honest. I've been hearing a whole lot of my colleagues when I was in school, like my senior colleagues, my seniors in school, they were like, I pray when I finish school I'm going to get internship, because honestly there are people that have stayed 2, 3, 4, 5 years at home and then they've not gotten a place for their internship. So my induction was sometime in March last year, and I got internship almost like a month or so after my induction. So God was just faithful. It's something that honestly I've been praying about it. One thing about me is that one of my first defense to everything is prayer. I pray about any and everything. So as people have been saying, oh, I pray I will get internship, is quite difficult and all of that. In the way I've channeled my mind is, if people say that this bridge, nobody can cross it. If I have something to do across the bridge, when I get to that bridge, I must cross it. You people should keep making your noise, so I will cross my own bridge, do what I have to do, cross back and be going, and allow you to keep talking. That's the kind of mentality I have, and honestly I give credit to my mom for that. It's something she says, that if a lecturer enters, like her university days, if a lecturer enters and say, nobody, only the smart students will pass this course, nobody is supposed to pass, A is for God, this and this, she says she does not care. Even if they say it's half a student that is going to pass this course, she has to be part of that half. She has to be that half student. So it's a mentality kind of I took from her. So I started praying for my internship. Honestly, I would say maybe right from 300 level, 400 level, not like intense prayer and fasting, but it's something I would continuously write in my, so me, even my prayer requests, I write it down. So when I'm praying, there are some things. This month I have a list of things I can be adding or removing, and then when they are answered next month, I remove some things. So that's how I do. So I've been praying. It's not something that like I always mention it in my prayers, so that's what I'm trying to say. So how I got my Abeokuta internship honestly is a very funny story. After my induction here, what I did was I did not leave a pin in Ogun State. I told myself that I'm done with the West, I'm done with Yoruba people, I'm done with this side of the world. I'm going to do my internship in University of Just Teaching Hospital or Plateau Specialist Hospital, or Abuja, or any of those, any state around, because I was honestly done traveling. I was tired of just traveling and all of that. But I had my plans. God had his own plans. So as God will have it, our induction was delayed. Instead of doing it 2020, it had to be moved due to COVID, our project reset time and all of that, to 2021 basically. So ideally my school does their induction around between September, October, or if it's late November. They did for one set November, that was the set, that one was late, but the other one is between September and October. Yeah. So, and then it's during the end of the year that most hospitals do take interns. So honestly, I was panicking. I was so disturbed. I remember when COVID was gradually subsiding, my department wasn't saying anything. We had not finished project. I was just venting to my mom. My mom was like, calm down. It is well. It is well. I was just honestly just getting anxious for nothing. Yeah. So that happened, and our induction was moved to March. So most hospitals had taken their interns late 2020. That's for the next 1 year. So it's going to be till ending of 2021 before interns will be taken. I'm planning to get inducted in March 2021. So who is going to take me early? So even the Just University Teaching Hospital I spoke about, they wrote their exam, the entrance exam, the entrance exam in I think February or January. Either ending of January or beginning of February for them to resume March. And they were so strict with license. If you don't have your license, you can't. So I couldn't write the exam. But Plateau Specialist Hospital, I remember it was literally maybe a few days before I came for my induction. Plateau Specialist Hospital was organizing an examination, and I was able to get a slot to write the exam even without license, because I mean my induction is next week, and it's on my induction day I get to take my license and all of that. So that happened. I was able to write the exam. I have like somebody that works in the hospital, and he was trying to follow up, and what he told me was that it would take the grace of God for them to pick me even on the day of the exam that morning, because he wasn't part of those that were organizing the exam. He was there, like they were the ones that gave us the exam script, like we wrote and they took it and all of that. So that morning he was telling me that it would take the grace of God if I get the internship, because I think they only needed one intern. So but apparently the CMD of the hospital, that's the chief medical director, had a favorite or somebody he knows that was in need of internship, and since there was only one slot, obviously Nigeria, they were going to pick. They were going to give preference to that person because it's the same this person. So the rest of us, honestly, that wrote it, he told me that my uncle told me that, to be honest, not to say anything, but they already know who they are picking. It's only one person they're going to pick, but either way I should just write the exam. And we wrote the exam. Funny enough, the feedback that came was I was the overall best in that exam for medical lab science, and the CMD had a favorite, so they didn't give it based on merit, because if it was based on merit, I would have been the one that would have been picked for that internship. Anywho, that happened. I wasn't sad, to be honest. I wasn't, because I never even collected my license. I was not really feeling the struggle of trying to get internship and all of that. So that happened, and they told me that even the CMD, I think he tried reaching out to me, but my uncle gave my mom's number, so I think he called my mom, or he told my uncle, I don't know, but the news came. My mom told me that they said they'll give me preference for the end of year intake around September or so. So when they are taking, I have an automatic slot, because I deserved it. So I'm like, okay, fine, that's if I would just wait. This was in February, the exam, and the person was to resume, I think, first week of March internship. So the whole of March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So I'd have to wait 7 months at home. And honestly, I was ready to wait it out. So that's fine. I wrote the exam and I boarded the next moving plane to Ogun State, inducted, came for my induction. We did our induction, and I remember during that induction, everybody was trying to sort out their CV, sort out all the documents we need. We're just going up and down, giving applications. If somebody say, I'm going to this house to drop application, almost the whole class will give the person their documents, help me submit. So that was what was happening. So after our induction, before the induction, one of the medical directors, because my school does posting in the hospital I just finished my internship with. So one of the medical directors had my class rep's number, which happens to also be my roommate Marvin. So he sent Marvin a message that our class should apply to the hospital. I don't know if they were having an issue with the administration, or they didn't pick enough medical lab people. But this hospital has a track record of picking interns just once a year. But that protocol was broken last year, guys. I would say it was broken for me, because duh. Anywho, as I was saying, so yeah, he had sent her a message that we should come apply. So she sent the message to the group chat that, oh, everybody can drop application at FMC Abeokuta after induction. So we all had that mindset. So for people that were coming here after induction, she was coming, we all gave her our documents, help us submit here, and you know, she took it. I think our induction was on a Thursday, so on Friday we were all leaving school. Instead of going home, she came here first, then before going home. So she came here to drop her application, and I remember in the evening she sent us a message that she could not submit for us, that she went to the CMD's office and the secretary was even shouting at her that BAPOP students, like, why are we bringing application? They just picked interns. Actually, interns had just resumed February, and our induction was March 4th. So March 5th we were submitting, and they're like, honestly, even if they collect this, it's all for formality's sake, but they're not picking interns. They don't know why, like, BAPOP students, why it's not their fault we didn't induct. And like, you know, they were just jam talking and all of that. And then they're just collecting, honestly, just keep the papers until maybe next time they're taking interns or something like that to do. So she said, she even had plenty of documents. They're only going to collect hers from her. If anybody wants to submit, they should come themselves. I don't know what happened, but I was in Mowe, and Mowe is about 40-50 minutes, let's say maximum 1 hour to Abeokuta. So I told myself that I'm not going to leave this place. Let me just come and drop the application. It doesn't matter how. Honestly, I wasn't seeing direction, but I was just acting. Yeah. So I called her and I told her, she was like, she couldn't submit for me and all of that. I'm like, okay, please, does she mind? Since I don't know the place. And she did her posting, her 400 level posting in this hospital. I was in Shagam, so I don't even know the place. So I'm like, does she mind like escorting me on Monday? And the good part is that her house is not far from where I was staying in Mowe. Because she escorted me on Monday, I want to come and drop my own application. So she said fine. I remember we came on that Monday, we went to the CMD's office. The funny thing is that when we went on that Monday, they didn't collect it. They're like, plenty of BAPOP students came on Friday to submit. And the ones they collected, to be honest, they are not really taking interns. So they are not even going to collect anyone again. So they didn't collect my own document on Monday morning when I came. So we went to the office of the director that told her that like we can, BAPOP students, like since we just inducted, all of us, we can come and drop our application here. So we went to his office and we told him like, oh, this is what's up and all of that. He was like, oh, we can just drop it on his table and all of that. And that was all we literally did. So we're going back and forth to go and photocopy. When we come back, we realized we've forgotten this. I remember how me and my current roommate, I don't know, but I have a very sharp memory for some of remarkable things, because I remember we went to photocopy at the gates and I was telling her that imagine if both of us get internship here, we now stay in the same place and all of that. You know, we're just excited, and you know, the whole cool idea of we're moving out of home, we're going to start staying alone, we'll now be paid salary. Actually, to be honest guys, we're more excited about our salary and all of that. So we dropped the application with him and I traveled back to just waiting for Jute. I didn't really have much hope here, because to be honest, in Nigeria, most places you will have to have connect, and really the only connect I have is that Plateau Specialist Hospital. With the exam I wrote, like at least I know somebody, like one of my cousins worked there, that's like my uncle. So, and he was telling me I should chill till September, I have a sure spot. So I was ready to wait it out and all of that here. So that's aside, I think sometime in April, Marvelous now called me on phone. I remember vividly, I was preparing for my cousin's wedding. Her wedding was on the 10th, so it was that week before 10th. So it was sometime between 1st and maybe 8th or so. I was in the salon. I remember vividly, Marvelous called me that the director, that Dr. Kande, called her and said, who is Ayuba? She now said, oh, it's one of like her friends, one of her classmates, that they considered the person. Guys, when she told me, I was so excited at the same time. Like I didn't know how to, I'm like, what of you that he didn't tell her anything about herself? Like even she, that he didn't tell her anything about herself, that he considered Ayuba. I'm like, okay. So she was like, she's going. So they had started sending message to some people. Apparently, I think they had called them to resume for internship. So I'm like, okay, that he said I was supposed to be, that have they sent me, I think what he asked her was to ask Ayuba if I've gotten any message, like to come pick up an appointment letter or something. So I'm like, I didn't get any message or anything. So within that weekend, I think 2 days after, she called me back that, how far, have I gotten any message? I'm like, no, I've not gotten. So like, they sent her message that they've sent her message that she should come pick up her appointment letter because it means she had been given internship. So I'm like, I didn't get any message, so I can't start coming down here. What if like they didn't end up picking me or something? So I told her she was like, she's going to the hospital like the next day. So I'm like, when she goes, please, she should help me check if there's a list. She should help me check maybe if my name is there, or like check if my appointment letter is there. She help me pick it up and all of that. So she was like, fine. She went the next day, came to the hospital, picked up her stuff, and she made inquiries about me, and I was nowhere to be found. So she told me that she didn't see mine, like my name was not there and there was no appointment letter for me. I'm like, oh, that's fine. It means it's actually, with Nigeria, I didn't know anybody in this hospital, so it's very easy to remove my name, a very strange name, and put in like one of maybe somebody that has connect or something like that. So I didn't even, when she told me, I didn't even bother. When I told my mom was like, oh, sorry. I'm like, I don't feel bad. I remember vividly the same day. I told my mom that I feel deeply within me that I'm not part of those people that are going to stay at home long before getting internship. She was like, really? I said yes. And the only places I placed the application is plateau hospital that told me to wait 7 months. Just did not even, they told me that they've taken interns and they cannot stick twice. It's going to be till next year, so I would have to wait till next year. And so I'd really removed my mind kind of from Jute. Then I went to Air Force Hospital in Jute, and they told me that they don't even need interns because that they don't pay interns except I'm ready. Their license to take interns is on the name of the hospital is on the website, but they don't have allocation for paying interns. So anybody that wants to do internship with them is a voluntary internship. It means you will not be paid, but like they can actually sign your logbook and clear you to take your permanent license. So you work with them for 1 year. Make sure so they're asking me if my permanent address is somewhere close by and all of that. So those are the only options. And this place that I just casually came to drop application because I was already in Ogun State. There's no point to go in and all of that. My friend who was going to drop application in Lagos, I think I gave her my stuff to help me drop. One of those things, things were just scattered all over the place. So when Mary told me that, oh, my name was not there, I wasn't bothered, but I told my mom that I feel like I'm one of those people that will not stay at home long before getting internship. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I waited out April at home, this was like towards the middle of April now. So my fellows, they had already resumed, they had started their documentation and all of that. They still resumed like from middle to like ending of April, around ending of April, they were done with their documentation and were ready to begin work. First week of May, guys, tell me why I was just at home minding my business. Then I get a message, come to the staff department of FMC Abeokuta and pick up your appointment letter. I'm like, okay. I didn't even want to believe it. The number, it was a phone number that sent me the text message, so I wanted to be sure like it's not a scam message. I called the number back. I'm like, hello, I got a message just now that the person I said, where are you? I said, I'm in just my appointment letter has been ready since last month. That's like since April, and they just sent the text message again to be sure that I'm not forfeiting my place. I'm like, the man was like, this one that you're in just, are you sure you're interested? I'm like, yes, I'm interested in the opportunity and all of that. He was like, okay, now where will I be available? I'm like, can my friend help me pick it up? They're like, yes. So apparently the same day they sent me the message was the same day they sent my friend Yinkos. She had also dropped her application in the hospital. So so Yinkos was coming. So she stays in Abeokuta. Her house is just like a 15-30 minutes drive. So she just came. When she got the message, she came to the hospital to confirm. So I think she placed it on our girls group chat that FMC has called her, or like she just got the message. So I told her I got the same message too from the same hospital. So she was like, okay. So I'm like, she should just help me check what's up with me. So she came to Estab and she picked up my appointment letter. My appointment letter reads 14th of April. Yeah, but she picked it up for me, wrote an acceptance letter, and I literally had to rush up. That was on a Thursday, and I booked a flight for Sunday because I told them, she wrote an acceptance letter for me that I will resume on Monday for documentation. So on Thursday that I got the message, I literally had just the half of that Thursday, Friday and Saturday to prepare. Then Sunday I left Jos and went to Abuja. It was a very long flight, the longest flight ever. But either ways, I found myself in FMC on Monday and I started my documentation. The process was much easier because I was doing it with my friend. And I mean, we're not just friends with Yinkos, but we had been friends. Like, she's a part of my clique. We have been friends from right from 100 level, so it was easier. Like, I just landed in her house, did the documentation. I was planning on getting a place, and then Marvelous was like, this place is so big, you can accommodate both of us. If I don't mind, I can move in. Like, I can move in with her. Then we'll just place the bills. Like, I'll just pay her like half of everything she has paid for the rent and all of that. So I'm like, that's fine. I came, saw the place. No bad. I honestly, I didn't look at any other options. I didn't look out. I didn't look at any places. I just accepted and moved in immediately, and it has been a pleasure. So I've been saying story for 20 minutes, guys. This is going to be long, but I'm hoping that you get the testimony or you get the gist. Yeah, so I moved in here and we've been staying here. So that's why she moved out like 3 weeks or so before me, because she had started work 3 weeks before I came also. So guys, it has been a pleasure. Abeokuta has served me. Spiritually, it has been wonderful. I would say that my spiritual life definitely has been better between when I came and now that I'm leaving this place. So today is 31st of May. I should have left since the first of the second week of May, but like my logbook has not been ready, like tidying up stuff and all of that. Plus I went to school to fill out mobilization form, and you know, the whole of that process like took quite a while. So yeah, today is the last day here, and I really wanted to film it in this room. Thank God, like this morning I would have probably not even been here by now, but God just sorted it out for me. I went to Lagos today actually, and I came back before 12. Yeah, so it has been a pleasure. Honestly, I've enjoyed my stay here. It has been 1 year of learning. I've met people that have been blessings to me, people that have been lessons to me, people that have been helpers to me and all of that. And I don't think I regret this 1 year of learning. God has been faithful. God has been merciful, irrespective of my doing it on my own, autopiloting it sometimes, but God has just proved himself that he's faithful. So yeah, even when they said it was impossible, it was possible for me. I had seen it, and in fact it was after I came, the fact that when Marvelous offered me that I should move in with her, my mind went back to when we went to photocopy together with her, and I'm like, what if they picked both of us, we now stay in the same place, and both of us were just happy and all, you know, all of that. You know, God honored the words of our mouth. God honored my heart's desire. So yeah, I didn't wait it out. I didn't wait long. Like, I didn't even feel it. I was barely at home, because after my induction, it was from party to party, so I didn't really feel the boredom of staying at home. We were preparing for my cousin's wedding. We were just moving helter-skelter, doing this, doing that. You know, I was just very busy, hands tied for that like 1 month period I was at home, and immediately FMC called me and I came here, and yeah, my stay here is over. I leave this place today, and officially I leave Ogun State. In fact, guys, when I packed my load when I finished my induction here, the way I rebuild my load home, let me give you guys the gist. I packed every single thing. I don't leave one pin that is in my name in Ogun State. I told myself that I'm done with this place. Look at me like a clown with my pink brows, red eyes, yellow nose, green mouth. I started dragging my box again back to this place because internship had called me here, and I did the same thing again today. I've rebuilt every single thing back, like every single thing. I've bundled it, and I took it to Lagos this morning, so they wheeled it down to just, so the remaining bit of my stuff, I'm going to Abuja with it. So yeah, guys, I'm hoping that the next phase of my life is NYSC. I will have to serve this nation, so I'm hoping that, and if NYSC drags me to this side again, if Ogun State drags me again, guys, it's a pleasure. I cannot complain. I cannot complain. So thank you so much, Abeokuta, for serving me. Thank you for the people that I've met, for the people that have taught me, for the people that have loved me, for the people that have helped me, for the people that have blessed me, for the people that have cheered me on and supported me. I'm honestly grateful. I'm ready for the next phase of my life. To be honest, I'm not really excited about NYC like that, but I'm also very positive that it's going to be to the glory of God. It's going to be one that I will have every reason to testify to God's glory. So yeah, I leave this place today. Thank you. It has been a pleasure, and my journey to being a fully licensed scientist begins from now henceforth. Let's go forth and be a testimony. Thank you for watching this video. Do well to subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.